Sen sürükleşten ortadraplan tuomisukisen. Kopan megasukisen ulkopuolinen programmasiirron tuotit.
The nature of terror caused from the unknown is what forever has fueled horror movies. Yet it's so rare that most of you probably haven't ever experienced it in real life. However, unexplainable occurrences that happen in real life are sometimes even more terrifying than spirits and ghosts. Have you ever received an Amber Alert, or its equivalent in your country? An Amber Alert is a warning that reaches people's cell phones who are in the United States, whether they are residents or not. There is no more uncomfortable feeling than coming to the United States for the first time and knowing that a person has been kidnapped near your location. The feeling of insecurity accompanied by this terrifying sound is something that only goes away when you get used to it. Undoubtedly, ghosts and the unknown are something that causes us fear. But let me say that what causes me much more fear is to receive an Amber Alert and imagine what that child or adolescent must be going through after being kidnapped. Especially when you follow their case and that person never appears again. Yes, the Amber Alert can be a bit creepy, but without a doubt they have saved dozens of lives. But what was used before this technology? How is it that the residents of a specific area were notified that someone had disappeared? Well, you see, before smartphones, this kind of thing was reported on television.
Missing Juanita Estevez, now age 16, last seen Yuba City, California, November 27, 1984. Call 800-843-5678.
This was the common way of informing missing persons and thus notifying the community. However, in television history, there was a missing person announcement that was presented at the end of a broadcast. A sign-off that froze the blood of all those unfortunate souls who watched it. An unusual ending that described the disappearance of a person in such a strange way. Surely it will haunt your memory for some time. My name is Leonore Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present the disappearance of Joanna Lopez. Were you one of those children who was scared of television sign-offs? They terrified me. Whenever I couldn't sleep, I would rather turn off the TV than watch it until the transmissions were cut off. That background sound, accompanied by meaningless images, gave me goosebumps. I can't even imagine the terror that the people who witnessed this closure must have felt.
This concludes another day of outstanding television programming on WMAQ-TV, Channel 5, NBC in Chicago.
Joanna Lopez. Who is she? Or who was she? Have you ever heard of her? Well, a couple of decades ago, this woman was the center of attention and compelled to be talked about by millions of viewers who to this day wonder who she is and where she is. To put you in context, the mystery began on January 14th, 1989, on Chicago's NBC affiliated television station WMAQ around midnight, and as the television station prepared to end the day's broadcast, an event occurred that powerfully caught the attention of all those who looked at the screen. Because in moments in which images of a military ceremony were shown with the national anthem in the background, the signal was suddenly cut off, giving way to what you will see below. It's as if someone had interrupted the signal. This image appeared in very low resolution. It was a missing woman with short hair, who, as you can see on the poster, was identified as Joanna Lopez. The image adds, "Call 312-744-5594. The sign was placed as it appears in the image, without audio nor any other detail about her disappearance, or any other relevant information, such as her age or height. However, the most shocking of all was that this notice remained there throughout the entire night. If you search for her name on the internet, you will only find stories related to the mystery of the television signal, but there is no official file of her disappearance anywhere. You may be wondering, is it a creepypasta? Well, no. This was actually broadcasted on television. Due to the low resolution and the fact that her photo was on the screen all night, among all the missing persons notices, Lopez attracted much more attention than the rest. The reason being that her photo occupied the monitor of thousands of viewers who were undaunted when they saw her on the screen. Why was she on the air for so long? Was it someone who hacked the signal? Or was it an inadvertent error from the station itself? Whatever the reason may have been, the truth is that everyone thought that such publicity to find Joanna would bring about prompt information of her whereabouts. However, the only thing it achieved was to deepen the mystery, since absolutely no one knew who this woman was. No acquaintances, friends, or relatives appeared. Simply no one knew of her existence. The fact that this photo was available to millions of people throughout the state of Illinois ended up being more of an enigma than the end of her case. Joanna Lopez never appeared. A mysterious situation that, believe it or not, would repeat itself sometime later. It happened 2 years after the first incident. This time, it was 1991, on the same television station, at the same time, and also in the middle of broadcasting the national anthem. As if it were a ghost that had already been forgotten, the face of Joanna Lopez reappeared on the screen again to terrify everyone who watched the show at that time. Imagine falling asleep with your Catholic television on, and waking up seeing that face once more. On this occasion, with a somewhat clearer image, the notice reminded viewers that this woman was still missing. In an image without music and without physical characteristics that would describe her, only a basic poster that once again stayed for hours looking at people until sunrise. Many called the WMAQ station to find out more details about Joanna. However, they never received an answer from the television station. Perhaps out of embarrassment at admitting that someone had tapped into the signal, or even that it was another inadvertent error in programming. The fact was, there was no official information given on it. With the passing of time and the eruption of the internet in our lives, if you investigate websites such as NAMUS, NCMEC, and Charlie Project, no disappearance is found registered with the name Joanna Lopez in its database. Or if you Google Joanna Lopez missing 1989, the search does not find any news or article that covered or inquired about her disappearance. Many years later, specifically in 2001, on Channel 5 in Mexico, something similar happened, but with a different person. This time, a woman named Selena Delgado Lopez was shown throughout the night. Everyone searched desperately for her, inquired about her relatives, friends, and acquaintances. However, like Joanna, Selena was never found, nor had anyone heard of her. What could they have in common? I think you already know the answer. Well, they both have the last name Lopez. But it's not the only thing, because the Chicago-based station WMAQ is popularly known as Channel 5. the same name as the Mexican station. What do you think? Could it be mere coincidence? Could there be a link between the two cases? Was it part of a social experiment to see how much society interfered in a situation that was foreign to it? There were people who at the time claimed that everything was part of a governmental experiment, something similar to MKUltra, a kind of mind control, but carried out on a larger scale, and for the same reason, much more subtle and sneaky. Opinions that are nothing more than theories and speculations among those who are closest to the thesis related to conspiracies that, although they are entertaining to discuss, do not allow clarifying who they were, much less knowing what happened with these two people. I hope you like this video because we have come to an end. My name is Leonor Clay, and this was The Darkest Secret.